is every other commercial. And I saw the most heinous one with racial overtones. That this one is just plain despicable. And I'm going to show just a few seconds of it to you. I won't run it in its entirety because I'm not speaking to this from the point of view of one candidate or another, as much as I am speaking to you from the Bible.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I have some more Bishop Patrick Wooden of the Upper Room Church of God in Christ in North Carolina. He is talking about the main focal point of Kamala Harris's campaign, and he is really going in. I want you guys to really watch this video all the way to the very end. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. Now, let's get into it. So Kamala Harris has been making her rounds, this media blitz, which she keeps putting her foot in her mouth with this media blitz. And she's getting help from the Obamas. But is it really helping? But Bishop Patrick Wooden doesn't shy away from tough topics. Take a listen.
Did you ever think that you would live to see a day in this country where killing babies would be the number one campaign issue? Every other commercial is about killing babies. They call it reproductive health. That's a lie. There's no reproduction in abortion. They call it women's health issues. That's code. But that's a lie because we know that women catch colds. Women get the flu. Women get cancer. Women get all kinds of conditions. It ain't nobody opposing women's health. They're talking about one thing. I don't know of any man who opposed women getting health care. I know this. I sure want every woman that I know to get all the health care she deserves if she's sick. Starting with my wife on down to you and everyone else. They're lying to you. Abortion, killing babies, killing the fruit of the womb.
And see, that's what they do on the Democrat side. They label something one way, but it's the opposite of what they labeled it as. He said, that's a lie. There's no reproduction in abortion. You don't reproduce. You get rid of the fruit of that union is what you do. You do the opposite of reproduction. So everything they say is just like idiotic. And they have to turn it into some kind of a right so that it focuses on the person and what they want for themselves. It's like a self-focused cult religion. I mean, really, just my opinion.
It's every other commercial. And I saw the most heinous one with racial overtones. That this one is just plain despicable. And I'm going to show just a few seconds of it to you. I won't run it in its entirety because I'm not speaking to this from the point of view of one candidate or another, as much as I am speaking to you from the Bible, from how Christians ought to feel. And I want to speak to you from the standpoint that there are people who think you're stupid. And you don't want to prove them right. You don't want to prove them right. In this commercial, I want to set it up. A lady is talking about her multiple attempts to give birth. multiple attempts to give birth, while at the same time speaking out against the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And the casual listener may not catch it, but I caught it. And I said I want to show it to you. Now, watch this. And what they felt, all they need to do, hold on one second, as I set this up, they felt like if we could just get a blonde to speak, surely everybody will listen. Now, let's put this up. I want you all to see a little bit of this. Listen to this. It's a true
Imagine
story.
being in the hospital and no one will save your life. After 3 failed pregnancies, I finally gave birth to my daughter. But I was hemorrhaging, and the hospital couldn't find the instruments to stop the bleeding. The state of Texas had banned abortion, and those instruments were sometimes used in abortions, so they'd been locked away. As I was rushed down the hall.
Now, I'm going to stop right there, because that's all you need to hear. And you've probably seen it before, but you didn't pay no attention. But you will when it come back on this evening. She's talking about having her baby. She's talking about 3 failed attempts to give birth. But she says that she gave birth. She finally gave birth. So she's talking about having a baby. But she's bemoaning the overturning of Roe v. Wade, which will encourage you to abort yours. She had her. Then she told a lie. And I heard it. I heard it. I caught it. She said the state of Texas, God bless you, Karen. Good to see you. The state of Texas had banned abortion. So therefore, the instruments that she needed had been put away. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
So what I did, I operated in the spirit of Dick Tracy. Now I know some of you are too young to know who Dick Tracy is. He was a private detective. See, I have my sources. I had my sources to look and to read. I'm not going to tell you who my sources are. To read to see if they had banned instruments in the state of Texas. Can you find the instruments that was banned? Because most instruments in the medical field have more than one use. They have more than one use now. Even if I've never heard of a procedure being banned, so therefore we're going to ban this instrument. That's a lie. They had banned abortion, so they took the instruments and put them up. And she talked about how she almost hemorrhaged. Now, if it's a true story, first of all, we're glad that she didn't hemorrhage. Secondly, we're very glad that she gave birth. But it is despicable that that person, while arguing for having her baby, would let them make a pro-abortion commercial using her. That's despicable. That's low. So her little baby gets to run around, gets to grow up, gets to get married, get to do what little children do. But she won't encourage you. Keep laws in place to make sure you can kill yours. Now, if you can't see through that, there's something wrong with you. That's evil. go home and watch the rest of the commercial. But I said, Lord, now let me show this in a way where the IRS, I ain't got to deal with the IRS. I didn't tell you who sponsored the commercial. I didn't show that part. You can look that up. You'll see that. I didn't say who they were speaking against. I'm talking about the issue. I said to a friend of mine, and I'm going to preach. I said to a friend of mine last night, I said, you know, there's a lot of issues that we can agree on or disagree on and things like that and still carry on. And society goes on. And people go on. But abortion is not one of them. Bill Clinton said last week while talking to some people in Florida, in Georgia, he said, we need migrants because Americans aren't giving birth, aren't having enough children. That is true. Not only are our families smaller, but we're aborting, you see. And we're in a bad place. And in the Black community, we're giving birth now at a birth rate of maybe 1.5. Wow. For us to survive over a 25-year period, we need to give birth at a birth rate of 2.1. Mm. We're down to 1.5. Mm. That is, every woman who are of childbearing age needs to have at least 2 children in order for our race to even survive. If nothing else happens and we stay on the trajectory that we're on right now, our race, minus anything else, will disappear in this country because we're not having enough children. Do you not know that our number one resource is not oil? Our number one resource is not precious metals. Our number one resource is not solar energy, nor is it nuclear energy. Our number one resource is people. We need people.
Wow. He's saying, and, of course, it's hard to believe everything that people say. But I do know, and I've heard this for some time, that we're not reproducing enough, that we don't, especially the Black race. It's talking about Black people. And abortion was intended to get rid of Black people, brown people, Jewish people, and low IQ white peoples. See Margaret Sanger in Forgotten History. I'll leave a link in the description. You all need to know about things, and not just the things themselves, but the reason behind them. We need to know, why was abortion created? It was created to get rid of Black people, and Black people vote for the party that wants to get rid of us. Yes. And Black people, we are at the point where we will not survive if we don't start having more children. And they put these Planned Parenthoods in predominantly Black neighborhoods. This is all by design. And yet we act like we are just so pro-Black. And when you come across a Black Republican or a conservative like myself, we're just weird. We're just not being Black enough. No, the people who are Democrats, who vote Democrat, aren't Black enough, because you're voting against yourselves. You're voting for the party that wants you to get rid of your offspring. You are voting for the party that throws evil, illegal things in your neighborhoods and causes you to fuss and fight and get rid of yourselves. You are voting for the party that doesn't want us to have school choice so that our children can continue to graduate practically illiterate. Voting for the party that is for war. Voting for the party that is anti-God. But yet all these Christians say they're supporting Kamala Harris. What are you really supporting? Are you supporting her? Are you supporting her or the machine that controls her? I want us to think very hard about what Bishop Patrick L. Wooden said just now. We're not producing enough. Our greatest resource is not gold. It's not other precious metals. It's not oil or nuclear energy or solar energy. It's people. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like this video. It's very important that you click the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as they always say, march on, warriors.